Hi, I'm Ian Miner. Welcome to Long Range University, where we help you on your journey to becoming the perfect shooter. A common issue a lot of shooters face when they're using any ballistic app is that they input their rifle and ammunition information into the ballistic app, and you're just not getting your point of aim, point of impact perfect. Maybe you're just that little bit low all the way across the board, and we're trying to fix that issue. One of the awesome features of the Revic Ops app is that we have a super simple way to correct for that issue. It's called truing a rifle profile. And I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So we're going to open the Revic Ops app, go to Ballistic Calculator again, and on the top left it says 6.5 Creedmoor. Just make sure you're on the correct rifle profile. Then you're going to check your atmospherics, make sure everything there is good, and then come down halfway down the page where it says range 100 yards. You're going to type in 840 yards. Why 840 yards? You want to true your rifle at 80% up to 100% of that rifle's max effective range. Max effective range is where that round goes subsonic, which is around 1,100 feet per second. With that Creedmoor, it'd be further than 840, but just because our range is how it's set up, we're shooting at 840. You can true anything closer than that. You're just not getting the max capability of your rifle at that point, because what it's doing is it's capturing the data at the point that you true, and it's backfilling that data. We put 840 yards. We're going to put the wind speed and wind direction in correctly as well. That is crucial. We're going to put wind speed at 6 miles an hour and wind direction 270. So it's left to right. And it's telling me my ballistic solution is 21.8. So I'm going to go ahead and dial 21 3/4 on my optic. And let's say I take my shots, and you want to shoot a group so you're getting a good average. So I take my shots and I'm hitting the bottom edge of that target. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to dial up until I hit the center of the target. Now I want to group on the center of the target again. So let's say it took me 22.5 minutes. All right, well, the app says 21.8. It's not that the app is incorrect, it's that we have inputted something in there that isn't quite right. So how do we check that? All I'm going to do is hit the top left back button, and then I'm going to scroll down to truing profiles. Again, I'm going to look on the top left where it says 6.5 Creedmoor, make sure I'm on the right rifle, make sure my atmospherics are correct, and then halfway down the screen it says wind speed, wind direction. It's crucial that these things are correct. Now the great thing about our app is that it saves the wind speed and wind direction that was last input into the ballistic calculator. We're going to come down where it says close range 100 yards and adjustment point of impact offset. We're going to leave those. Far range, wherever we trued, that's what we're going to put there. So we trued at 840. I'm going to hit done, and then where it says adjustment MOA, I'm going to put in what I ultimately ended up dialing to. So I ultimately ended up dialing to 22.5 to hit center of the target. So I'm going to hit done, and it's telling me if you hit 840 yards with 22.5 minutes in these atmospheric conditions with this wind, then your muzzle velocity must be 2679, not 2710, which is what we had inputted earlier. Okay, where did we get that muzzle velocity? We got it from the ammo box. So that was really our only guess when we inputted all of our information into our rifle and ammunition into the rifle profile section. 2710 was just the velocity that we got off the box. It's saying it must be 2679, or your BC Doppler of 1 is not 1, it's 0.9294. Since we didn't chronograph our rifle and find out what our muzzle velocity is, and we got it from the box, we're gonna hit set muzzle velocity. Okay, it's saying, are you sure you want to change your muzzle velocity to 2679? Yes, I do, so I'm gonna hit OK. Now, where it says set muzzle velocity or BC on the bottom right, it's an or, it's not an and, okay? So you're just choosing one. If you did chronograph your rifle and you know what your muzzle velocity is, then you're gonna choose BC, not muzzle velocity. But since we didn't chronograph it, we're hitting set muzzle velocity. Now I'm going up to the top left and hitting the back button. I go back to ballistic calculator, and at range 840, it's saying dial up to 22.4, which we've dialed to 22.5. If you're a tenth below or a tenth above, no problem. You'd be dialing to that closest quarter. So we'd be at 22.5, which is what we dialed to on our optic here, and we know that our data is correct. Now you know how to true a rifle profile in the app. Make sure you watch the rest of the videos in the Revic Ops series. Get out and shoot.